You know what, I've worked my ass off to get to this level and to fight the best fighters, and I'll take on all the best fighters. It doesn't matter, and this is what I've wanted for a long time. And Marcos Maidana, he is the most dangerous at the welterweight division, I believe. He's going to be a lot tougher and harder fight than it was with Ortiz, and that's what I'm getting ready for.
Concrete Jungle here with the WBC Silver Welterweight Champion, Josesito Lopez. You got a big fight coming up June 8th. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I'm fighting Marcos Maidana at the Home Depot Center June 8th on Showtime. So been getting ready for that for a few weeks already, and we got a month to go, so excited about that.
You originally came up from, you were fighting at 140 before you fought Victor Ortiz at the 147. Any idea going back to, any plans on going back to 140? Or is 147 weight that you're comfortable staying at?
You know what, before the Canelo fight, I figured, I'm not a real welterweight, but I'm comfortable at, a few more pounds above the 140 division. So, with the 154-pound fight, I think I'll mold in a little bit better in the welterweight division, so I think I'll be a little bit stronger and faster and better fit for the 47 now.
Now, when you were fighting at 140, you were always pretty much a big 140-pounder. Tell me, what's the difference between Josesito Lopez at 140 and what's the difference between him at 147?
Well, a big difference is that I don't have to work out to make the weight. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm stronger. In the ring, I just feel that much better. I have those extra, couple rounds of energy that I need in the championship rounds.
For the people that don't know what it's like for a fighter to kill himself to make the weight of, let's say, a 140-pounder, when you're naturally like a 147, what is it like trying to make that weight?
It's work, and for most fighters that have to cut weight, the hardest part is in the gym. When it comes fight night, fights for the most part are easier than training. And when you really have to cut a lot of weight, it can really be draining and show in the fight.
Does cutting weight in a training camp take away from preparing for a fight when you're just so concentrated on just making the weight?
Yeah, it could, because you're working out to make weight, not to prepare mentally, not to, work on strategies.
Now let's talk about this next guy you're fighting. Hard hitting. Most people would say this is probably one of the most dangerous guys at 140, 147. Why go after Marcos Maidana?
You know what, I've worked my ass off to get to this level and to fight the best fighters, and I'll take on all the best fighters. It doesn't matter, and this is what I've wanted for a long time. And Marcos Maidana, he is the most dangerous at the welterweight division, I believe. He's my toughest, hardest fight up to date, I know, and I'm preparing for it. He's going to be a lot tougher and harder fight than it was with Ortiz, and that's what I'm getting ready for.
With Marcos Maidana, I mean, like you said, he's tougher than Ortiz. He obliterated Ortiz, made him quit, pretty much the same way that you did. What is the number one thing you got to look for in this guy? The one thing you got to worry about with Maidana?
You know what? Like with most fighters, especially Maidana, I got to worry about his power, his strong punches. I think I'm a pretty smart fighter in the ring, and I got to be smart. That I got to be the smarter man in that ring, and if I do that, I can win.
Marcos Maidana has shown weakness and has been susceptible to a pure box. Like when Morales made his comeback against Maidana, a lot of people thought he's going to get in there and get destroyed. But the way Morales used his boxing technique, he was able to keep Maidana's power at bay. He took some pretty hellacious shots, and he didn't come out looking the best in that fight. But he was, for the most part, he was able to contain Maidana. Is that something you're looking to do?
Well, we just got to be smarter. You know what? When I get in the ring, I'm me. But we got to that's why we were doing hard work here in the gym. Do what's gonna work at the fight, and we've been working on some things. So come fight night, I'm gonna be the smarter, better fighter.
Now with Maidana, someone as tough as this guy, do you guys see his footage? Do you guys see his fights? Dissect his footage at all?
Yeah. Mainly my trainer sees a lot of the footage, and I watch some footage. So. And then we come back and work with whatever's going to work with him.
Now, even for this fight, you've decided to move in with your trainer and kind of seclude yourself from all the family life and all the other distractions that you have. Why is that?
It's always a little better, It's not having to deal with the everyday stress of life, and it's not too much of a difference for me, but I follow my diet plan. I have my training regimen where I work out in the morning and the evening. So just a little bit better and mentally concentrating in the fight.
For Maidana, you're fighting for his title. You know, how important is it for you to add that title to your current WBC title?
Well, the main importance is to win, whether it's for a title or no title. My goal is to get to a world title and become world champion. But that's one step closer, and if that title helps me, yes, that's definitely my motivation. But my motivation is winning, no matter what.
I was having a conversation with Maidana's trainer, Robert Garcia, who seemed to be was the trainer of the year last year, and they were telling me that the first time that Maidana was watching film, he was watching film with Robert Garcia. The first time, they watched around 30 seconds of one of your fights, and Maidana gets up, looks at Robert, and says, "This is going to be one hell of a fight for the fans." What do you think about something like that?
Exactly, man. Me and my trainer, we actually brought it up before the fight was even mentioned. You're like, wow, that'd be a hell of a fight. And yeah, this is a can't miss fight. Definitely a fight of the year candidate. And there's no better matchup, I think. And it's a pretty even fight, I think. And I think it's going to be the toughest fight that we've had for both of us.
If you had one message to the fans about the night of June 8th, what would that message be?
Don't miss it. I got the hardest fight of my life against the toughest fighter in my weight division. And I think we both match up very well. And you guys are going to see a fight that fans won't forget for a long time. So make sure you tune in.
Thank you very much, Lito.
Thanks.